Hello everyone, I'm Stigen and today we are looking at Touch Portal. This is the advanced version or pro version. So we are looking for some more advanced features of Touch Portal. I'm also showing you how to install plugins and custom pages that people made. So let's just jump on in. So here we are back at the buttons page. This was where we made the mute button in the first version or the beginner's guide. But first I want to add a plugin. I saw that it was an update to the Discord plugin. So we're adding that. So I'm just gonna take away this so you can see. Up here in this corner we have a wrench. Just click that and import plugin. There are many plugins and pages and extras for this Touch Portal. So I'm not gonna go through every plugin or installation of the plugins because the standard installation is it's standard, but it's different ways you have to set it up to get it to work. So I'm not gonna go through all of those, but you want to go here on touchportal.com. You just go down the side and then you just click go to website for the installation of the plugin. Some of these are hosted on touchportal.com. Then you just click download and the download will start within 5 seconds, I think. So we are downloading Discord plugin because that is updated. So now the mute and a little bit of other features are now available. So let's just go to the website. Yeah, go to external, and here I am on Windows, and I will be downloading this. When the download is done, you just go back to Touch Portal. You click this, wrench, and just click import plugin. When you have gone through the setup, which you also find on their website, just click here, Touch Portal Discord plugin. And they have a nice menu where you can just click installation and configuration. Here you can just follow these steps and you should be able to use Discord plugin on Touch Portal. So let's just go back to Touch Portal. I'm also activating my phone screen so that you can see how my phone is looking. And I have this Discord plugin. So let me just see here, show you how it works. So this is the mute for Discord. And I have a toggle. And I also have an event where when it's muted, so the mute is on, then it changes color to red and says muted. And when the mute is off, it changes back to blue and unmuted. So let's just see here. You can see it on the top here, right next to my mouse, or over my head, right here. So you can see Discord plugin mutes, muted, unmuted, muted, and unmuted. So you can see here on this icon as well as all the way in this corner. So you see both work simultaneously. And the nice thing is that if you copy this button, because this plugin state changes when the state of this plugin changes, it will be a global event. So we can have the button here as well. Paste button, not just the style. So we have muted. So we see muted here as well. Now we unmuted, go back to the buttons, and we have unmuted here as well. Muted, muted. So that's nice. So that is kind of what I wanted to show you on these buttons as well. So these buttons are the same as this. Now it's blue, says blue and everything. Red, back into buttons, red. And we can also make CPU load, which is here. And we have the time and date. And yeah, now that the plugin works, you can just use the plugin to mute Discord. But I also wanted to show you what happens if you don't have the plugin and want to use shortcuts. Because the default is Control-Shift-M to mute Discord. And that isn't always working. As you can see, it doesn't work while Touch Portal is open. If I click the window of Discord, now it mutes. You can see the other button changes as well, which is perfect. And over there we have the mute, right over the Discord default mute. This button is also muting. This is my custom macro, which is Control Shift and Numpad Plus, which is used much less in games and stuff. Because some games like Destiny, for example, if you click Control Shift M to mute, you would just get up the map, which is not suitable. But now we can use the plugin instead. It didn't work in previous versions, at least not for me, or it didn't work consistently. It works sometimes and sometimes it didn't work. So now that we have this and it works, it's genius. I want to show you how you can set up some values or buttons for yourself so that you can get these buttons like red changes to green and then changes to blue, because the default buttons are either on or off. But if you want multiple states for your buttons, you will have to set it up through a global value, which we do here. Values, just add value, and here is tut for tutorial 3 states. It doesn't matter if this name doesn't matter as long as you remember it. And it doesn't interfere with any of the standard values or IDs of the other buttons and features in Touch Portal. So tuts underscore 3 underscore state seems to work pretty nice. And here is advanced toggle state, which is what I called it because it's a more advanced toggle button. And default is red because I wanted to start with red. You can use numbers, you can use words, it doesn't matter as long as you know what you want. And it's probably better to keep it consistent. So here we have red, and I'm gonna click in on this and It might be a little bit overwhelming at first if you haven't had any programming or stuff, but this is just drag and drop, which is quite nice. And this is on press. So when you press the button, you will activate this. Advanced toggle state is red. So if the toggle state is red when I press the button, then it will perform this action within this part of the code. So this action will change title to green and background color to green. It will also set the value with ID, advanced toggle state, which is the toggle state that is red in this instance, and it sets it to green. So this is, the same. We also want to perform this same action. If it's green, we want it to be blue. And if it's blue, we want it back into red. And so we want it to be synchronized with the other buttons as well. So we want on event, when the value advanced toggle state changes to red, then this button changes to red in wording and background color. And the same for blue and green. And in this way, we can just add more colors if we wanted to. Let me just see if we can do it straight away. Hold Control, click on these buttons, click Control C and Control V. That means that we copy and paste. Okay, so we added the else in here. So this should now work. Else change, yeah. And we need to save it. We might need to update the page. And when we click the button, green, blue, purple, and red. So now we have one button that needs one more push before it changes back to red alongside with the other one. There, it's synchronized. It's a little bit delayed on the screen. So purple, blue, red, red, green, blue, purple. So green, blue, purple, and the other one is still blue because that doesn't change when it gets to purple. So if we open the values here, we can see that the name is purple. And if we hit it one more time, then both of them changes because the top right button doesn't change unless it's red, blue, or green. So if it's purple, it's only the one button that changes. But what happens if we hit the top right button? Green, blue, red. So we only have 3 faces on this button, but we have 4 on this. So they are kind of synchronized, but not fully. And that's cool that is a feature. So in this way, you can also change volume up and down and keep it synchronized. So you can have it on multiple pages where you display the volume on the button. So I have the volume for my Spotify right here, 100%. I don't have my Spotify open at this moment, so it doesn't say anything special. I think 100 is just default. And if we go into the Spotify page, you can see this is my setup, if it will load. I'm just gonna switch to the other screen so you can see it a little bit larger. And here we have it. This is my Spotify. This is where I control my Spotify from Touch Portal. You can just add this shortcut to the Spotify page from every other page, as long as you have the Pro version, of course. So here you can see the volume and up and down volume, but this is only the app volume for Spotify. So yeah. And we also have some other cool features, like this one shows the CPU load, RAM, GPU, and how many cores that are active. So I only have 4 cores. So yeah, a little bit less than this is meant for, or yeah. So I see my temperature is a little bit high. We can go back here, and After Effects have lots different features. Photoshop, DaVinci. Yeah, and VLC, which is nice to have. It looks a little bit weird when it's not, when I don't have VLC open. If you want to import pages, you could just click Manage Page and Import Page, and then you just find where you downloaded the page. It will then show up in this menu, and you need to add a shortcut to it. So I downloaded the Discord sample, and it looks like this. So here you can see different, so muted, unmuted, and some other features. So if you want, you can just click on this sample page, and you can see how they did it. So they just use Discord set mute toggle, and event, they change the icon when the mute is on and off. And in that same way, you can make your own buttons and pages by inspiration of others. And it's a great way to see how others do their buttons. And you can find these buttons and other buttons, pages and stuff, inspiration on their website and also their Discord, which you can find by clicking Discord on the top right corner here. That Discord is very active, and if you have any questions, it's just ask them and they will most likely find a solution for you, which is very nice. I can show you one thing before I end. I can show you how to add this time and CPU load. So I'm just gonna change back to the other scene. So just stick with me. Back in a few. So as you can see, it just says time here and CPU load, which is a little bit hard to see, as you're probably not able to see over my or below my webcam here. But it says CPU load. Yeah, load. Whatever. And if we click on time, we see we haven't added a single thing. How could that be? Everything is on the event time, that's just, you see, wait, where is it? Here, up in the right hand corner, you can see time. And then it's, I hit enter, go one line down. And this is the command for 24-hour time, or as they call it in America, military time. And below that, we have date. And the date reversed, as the standard is year, month, day. But I like it day, month, year. So date reversed numeric. And that gives us the time and date. And if you also want the CPU load, you need the OHM, I think it's called, plugin. It's something like, what is it? Open hardware monitor. Yeah. Open hardware monitor. Yeah. So we can use that here. We can also change the color if we want, but I just like the nice number percentage. So since it's a percentage, I just added % behind it. So CPU load, and then space, or yeah, take one line down, and this is the function. So yeah, that's it. I hope this helped, and I hope you are able to make some great pages and buttons following this guide. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.